Willkommen zurück zu Banner of the Maid. Ja, scheint ja so ein bisschen unsere erste richtige Schlacht hier zu werden, auch wenn natürlich immer noch Sachen wahrscheinlich beigebracht werden. Wir sind ja auch nur mit einem wirklich eigenen Charakter hier. Aber trotzdem glaube ich, wir sollten das ernst nehmen, weil das ist eine ziemlich Übermacht und mal gucken, wie lange die Kanonen uns da helfen werden, vor allem, weil ich nicht weiß, wie sehr wir Hubert vertrauen können. Es hieß, ich kann alle steuern, die Allies sind. Kaum wird von KI gesteuert und ich soll darauf achten, dass die Leute, die nicht Allies sind, die Erfahrung kriegen, ne? Weil das meine Hauptleute sind. Aktuell. Und Pauline ist für Level 1. Okay. So, wir haben hier Austrian Infantry. Zweimal. Was haben wir denn so? Napoleon hat die Füsiliere. Okay. A young general with extraordinary power and potential, well known for his meritorious service in the army for years. Er hat sehr viele Bonus-Stats, ich denke mal, wird auch extrem stark sein. Es ist immerhin Napoleon. Das ist ja unser Main-Character, seine Schwester. Pauline Bonaparte, a striking young female officer who has the power to make others courageous. Wir haben diese Experimental-Muskete, ne, die uns ein bisschen mehr Reichweite gibt. Das ist sehr interessant. Unsere Waifu, Rose de Beaumont, a loyal and aristocratic officer stayed in the military for the royal family. Ich weiß nicht, gegen welche Art von Gegner Artillerie gut ist. Die haben Long Range Firepower, okay. Das heißt, sie hat also trotzdem eine Kanone dabei, auch wenn wir hier die Hauptgeschütze haben. Alles klar. Und dann checken wir doch erstmal ihre Reichweite. Wir können uns eine Threat Range einzeigen lassen. Das ist sehr interessant. Das kennen wir, wenn wir schon mal sowas wie Fire Emblem gespielt haben. Da sehen wir, wie weit die Gegner theoretisch kommen könnten. Es wäre gut zu wissen, wie viel Reichweite sie von hier aus hat. Kann sie von hier aus bis nach da schießen? Nein, kann sie nicht. Kann sie als Artillerie-Unit sich bewegen und schießen? Wir lernen ja noch, also testen wir einfach mal aus, ja? Sie kann sich als Artillerie-Unit bewegen und schießen. Das ist verdammt beeindruckend. Das werde ich mir schon mal merken. Ich bin ein Freund der Artillerie und das könnte ein gutes Zeichen sein. Ich würde liebsten sie jetzt da reinschicken, ne? Sie könnte dann hier vielleicht einen Kill abgreifen, weil wir versuchen ja eigentlich Kills zu machen. Aber ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob das klug ist, so nah ranzulaufen. Kann sie dann schräg auch schießen? Dann ist sie aber dem Typen auch ausgeliefert, ne? Komm, ist die erste Runde, wir haben gespeichert. Ich riskiere mal was, okay? Inspirieren wird wahrscheinlich irgendwie ein Buff-Set für Leute um uns herum. Was ich letztes Mal so gewastet habe. Aber da war es ja auch irrelevant in dem Kampf. Wir können die töten, oder? Das heißt, sie dürfen nicht zurückschießen. Das hilft schon mal. Das Spiel ist nicht viel leiser gemacht. So einen ganz kleinen Tick. 5%. Weil so schlecht laut, also dermaßen laut war es gar nicht mal. Ich hoffe, es ist okay. So, jetzt haben wir noch Napoleon. Und der muss ein bisschen hier aufräumen mit den Typen. Und das tut er auch, denn er ist so stark, dass er nicht einfach one-hitted. Nee, nicht one-hitted. Er hat 2 Angriffe. Interessant. Okay, damit würde ich sagen, haben wir die Angriffe der Artillerie perfekt ausgenutzt. Ja, genau. Bitte auf die Gegner, ne, Hubert? Das war gut. Genau das haben wir gebraucht. Bisher macht er einen guten Job. Vielleicht ist er doch kompetenter, als wir annehmen. Oh, wir haben auch 2 Angriffe. Okay. Gut für uns, schlecht für den Feind. Okay, wir müssen, glaube ich, ein bisschen heilen. Ne? Wir sollten jetzt nicht zu greedy sein mit der Heilung. Wir können eh bis hier laufen. Und die Combat Animations werde ich bis lange wahrscheinlich anbehalten. Ich bin Freund von sowas. Ich finde es immer schade, sowas abzuschalten und einfach nur noch Dinge so schnell wie möglich abzuwickeln. So. Heilen wir jetzt schon? Und noch haben wir 13 HP, ne? Also ist ja ein bisschen früh.
战场上可容不得马虎。
地图分析，就让我来吧。
也不掂量掂量自己的斤两，干掉他们！
Natürlich Zeit und Ziel vernünftig, wir haben nicht mehr viele Schuss. Damn it! The enemy has already rushed our positions. Who's that man with the messy hair? And who's that young lady? Could she be just like Lady Wellesley? Okay, die haben anscheinend auch einen Heldenmaid oder so. Wahrscheinlich vielleicht eine Rivale von uns später. Aber wenn wir noch 4 Gegner besiegen müssen, ne? Dann wird's böse. Aber wir hatten noch eine Round, oder? Not bad. The bombardment is going well and Rose's arrangement is trustworthy. However, our enemy is very tenacious.
布琳娜，
Can you still hold on? Time is running out. Go all out and break through the enemy defenses. Wollte schon Lines sagen. With my ability, I can maximize the courage of soldiers and strengthen their combat effectiveness. Although I only one-shot at the moment, now is the most critical time of the battle. Understood. Okay, command skills. Pauline's inspiration command will increase the damage done in a short period. Once you use the command skill, you cannot cancel your move. You must issue an order of attack or wait to finish your action. Also buff ich nur mich selber oder auch die Leute um mich herum? Ich glaube, ich komme noch gar nicht nah genug ran. Außer ich kann hier rüberschießen. Weil ich habe ja mehr Reichweite, ne? Wir testen es einfach mal. Ich sollte speichern, bevor ich sowas teste, ne? Ich habe ja die Möglichkeit, immer zu speichern. In diesem Schwierigkeitsgrad. Das sollte ich auch nutzen. Auf dem Medium. Da muss ich dran denken, dass ich es öfter mal tue. Okay, also... Wir können aber auch hinlaufen ins Bein und dann schießen, ne? Denke schon. Ja. So, unsere experimentellen Musketen können rüberschießen. Wird aber trotzdem kein One-Shot sein. Naja. Ich hätte vielleicht doch erst Rose nach vorne schicken sollen. Hätte sie treffen können? Ja, sie hätte vorher treffen können. Dann wäre geschwächt genug gewesen jetzt. Ah, das war ein Fehler. Ich will das nicht neu laden, weil wegen jedem kleinen Scheiß neu laden wäre ein bisschen Safe-Scumming. Das mache ich jetzt nicht.
思考的时间结束了，准备战斗。
So, ich hoffe immer eine Salve. Ja, sehr gut. Bitte treff. The position is almost lost. It was exactly like what Lady Wellesley said. The French will become our greatest threat. The eagle from Corsica, my God, will ignite the fire of war and will sweep across the continent. Ich meine, ich weiß, dass Rose natürlich die Vorbereitung getroffen hat, aber Hubert hat die Befehle gut ausgeführt, ne? Ich hatte erst befürchtet, er macht irgendwie einen Unfug, aber nee. Er hat seinen Job gemacht. Er könnte tanken für uns, ehrlich gesagt. Rankommt oder nicht an die, ne? Aber er könnte tanken, weil er noch ein bisschen mehr AP hat und generell bessere Werte hat. Und wir können nämlich schön snipen hier, ne? Wir haben ja im Grunde Sniper-Rifles. Wenn man so will. Ich würde fast behaupten, ich habe ein bisschen versagt in diesem Level. Weil ich es nicht geschafft habe, dass die Level steigt, ne? Weil wir einfach einen Kill mehr machen müssen, glaube ich. Aber ich hoffe nicht, dass das zum Verhängnis wird, nur weil ich einmal kein Level gestiegen bin, oder? Ja, das war's. Aber mit dem Artillerie-Support war das kein Problem.
不要冒进，就按预定计划行动。
Nicht mehr schießen jetzt, Juba. Wir haben keine Kanonen mehr. Gut. Keine Kugeln mehr, manche Kanonen haben wir schon, ne?
打起精神，可别落在后面了。
We did it. Unbelievable. Although you were just temporarily taking command, you fought with such bravery. As impressive as your brother said. You've overpraised me. It seems to be my ability or something, making these soldiers become... In comparison, the targeting and timing of the cannons under your command were truly impeccable. It's rumored that you know every detail of the terrain, no matter where you fight. Seems that's no exaggeration. Don't say that. This is all thanks to Monsieur Hubert's strategic commanding, right?
确实。
You're totally not the same as they said. Everyone thought that the Maid of royal family was a cold-hearted and grim person. Rose, the situation on the other fronts are still unclear. Tell the artillery to catch up quickly and attack the British warships in the port. Wenn die neue Munition rumliegt, sehr gut. Understood. Soldiers, ready the cannons? Your Excellency, it's the bombarding of the French. Ja, das wird sie wahrscheinlich sein, von der gesprochen wurde. It seems that Fort Mulgrave has fallen. We should retreat as soon as possible before they block the port. Aye, aye, ma'am. This should be sufficient to force those stubborn old men to make up their minds and wage war against France.
有意思。
The status quo of this country is a group of beasts fighting each other, and the one that survives will be the fiercest one yet. We should take the opportunity and defeat them now. However, this is not something for me to decide. Anyway, I should return home for some long-term discussions. Die Musik. Ah. Ja, wir hätten bestimmt Level steigen können, hätten wir ein bisschen besser die Last Hits getimed. Ich schätze mal, dass man mehr Erfahrung durch Killen kriegt, als durch Kämpfen. Aber sonst lief es eigentlich ganz gut. I see. You're here, Pauline. Well, I can see the whole view of Toulon from here. Take a good look. This is the city we have liberated. Brother, how can you be so determined to implement a battle plan like this?
可是，
In order to contain the enemy outside the city, our allied forces have been fighting very hard. Even so, we might have not had enough time to occupy Fort Mulgrave. You're right, we were lucky to succeed in the end. Perhaps we should thank God for helping us. I for once can't make such a decision. Thinking of not being able to win the battle while soldiers fight with their lives.
我
Maybe I'm not qualified. I'm not a qualified commander at all.
Oh.
Pauline, do you know what's more painful than a soldier's death? More painful? To let them die in vain, under the command of an incompetent general. And this is happening every day in the war. I believe that I'm the best choice the soldiers could possibly have, so I never hesitate when making decisions.
可是，
But if I could come up with better plans... Pauline, did the instructors of École Militaire not tell you? The talents of soldiers must be honed on the battlefield in order for them to blossom. Before that day, the soldiers who died under your command are the responsibility you must bear. Do you remember our snowball fights back in Corsica? You won 35 times, I won 20 times. You have snatched 20 victories from the best soldier in France. Give yourself some credit. Brother. So much for the gossip. I have to prepare my personal report for Paris. Otherwise, God knows what Hubert will say. With this victory, the big shots in Paris should finally make up their mind and give me a chance to make a big difference. Remember to come and help me by then, Pauline. Understood. After the British warships withdrew, remaining enemy forces on the land were quickly annihilated, and the flame of victory burned in the city of Toulon. However, the war is not over. Starting from Toulon, the conflict between France and all of Europe has become more intense. All this started with the revolution that took place in Paris a few years ago. Nowadays, the French Royal Army, a family, survives under the influence of a woman, which makes Paris a stage of order and chaos intertwined. Okay, mehr oder weniger der Prolog jetzt nur gewesen, ne? Jetzt geht's richtig los. Ich denke mal, dass einige Gameplay-Mechaniken dazukommen werden, weil ich stark davon ausgehe, dass irgendwas auch zwischen den Schlachten ablaufen wird, an Entscheidungen. Equipment, keine Ahnung, sowas halt, ne? 2 months later, Paris, France. Paris is still the same city as it is, so lively even at this hour. Malmaison Café. According to the map, I'm in the right place, but I don't see any signboard with a name on nearby. After the siege of Toulon, my brother got an exceptional promotion because of his military exploits and the revolutionist's recommendation. I'm also invited to Paris by the royal family to receive my award. My brother asked me to find a cafe run by a woman named Josephine and live there for the time being. We all heard that your husband has already been executed on the guillotine. No one can protect you here. That's right, drive them out. This used to be our home. This doesn't look like an ordinary quarrel.
Heyo.
That's a matter of years ago. If you have so much spare time to harass me, why don't you go back and find a proper job? And don't blame me if I have to remind you that I have several old friends in the Guards of Paris. Don't believe her nonsense. Those people have been locked in prison with her husband long ago. Get out of here, you serpent. Choo, this is getting ugly. This must be the Malmaison Café. Are you Madame de Bourhanais? Ihr müsst verzeihen, ich werde hier nichts richtig aussprechen. Nichts. My brother Napoleon Bonaparte should have written about my visit.
Oh?
Napoleon, you must be... Stop wasting time already. Someone help me and throw her out.
哎呦，想要耍流氓啊！
Wie gesagt, wenn ich das Gefühl habe, der ganze Satz wurde gesprochen, dann quatsche ich das nicht nochmal nach, glaube ich. Ja komm, wenn es ein Text ist, der nicht automatisch weitergeht, ist es okay. Hey you, don't do anything stupid. Rogues on the street looking for trouble. It seems that the fight is inevitable. Waves her sword. Na gut, hätte ich mir viel ersparen können.
别开玩笑了。
Stop it now. Are you people not ashamed of bullying an aged woman? An aged woman? Ja, so aged sieht sie nur wirklich nicht aus. Aber das macht doch immer der Zeichenstil natürlich. Ouch. Who is this young lady? Wait, she seems to be wearing a military uniform. That's sad. You must be Pauline Bonaparte. Too bad that you are seeing this. Come with me to the cafe now. Did she say Pauline? Pauline Bonaparte? It's the Maid of Toulon. Damn it. What trouble have you got us into? I'm done with it. Hey, old man, you better watch it. Fortunately, my brother taught me how to fight back in Corsica. Also my swordsmanship, which was taught by instructor Dion, but... The Maid of Toulon? What are they talking about? They must be hired by nearby gangs to make trouble. After all, my salon cut a lot of business from them when it was booming. Ravi de vous rencontrer, Madame de Bourhanais. My brother should have mentioned it in his letter. I apologize if I'm bothering you by leaving her during my stay in Paris. Just call me Josephine, Gott sei Dank. So you are Napoleon's sister, hm? Excuse me, my brother clearly said it was stylish, magnificent place. Why is it so run down? Run down? Young lady, I didn't promise anyone to let you live here, now did I? What do you mean?
那你可就不懂了。
It seems that you still don't know it, that your story has spread all over Paris. The flower of the battlefield that bloomed in Toulon and the Maid of France that's equal to Rose de Beaumont, something like that?
我
What is going on here? I obviously didn't. In short, you are already a star in Paris. If you live here, maybe you will bring in some unexpected trouble. Alas, it's okay to lend you a room here, but you'll have to help me out. Oh, of course, anything that I can do. Then join my Club de Malmaisons and be my adjuvant. What? It was a small organization that I gathered by hosting the saloon here. It was quite popular in the past. Although, as you can see, after my ex-husband died, it was gradually deserted.
你解救我。
I'm not the kind of person who gives up easily. However, to make a comeback, I need someone to help.
我
I'm sorry, I can't stay in Paris for too long, and I don't know much about social
那你可就不懂了。
that you don't have to worry about. The rising star in the army, just like you, are the best political signboard. Just like the Jacobins, soliciting your brother. If you keep earning military merit on the battlefield, there will be people who are willing to worship you, and the influence of our faction is guaranteed. When you come back to Paris, you'll just have to occasionally deal with the commissions that you've tasked with by the big shots, and everything will go smooth. And keeping a good relationship with other factions would also benefit you in various ways. Your brother's promotion is a good example of this. Of course, with your current fame, you can also pledge your service to the big shots or simply declare loyalty to the royal family. Then I'll stay with you. If you need my help with anything, please don't hesitate to tell me.
哦，
Are you sure you want to stay in such a small place? Of course, my brother said that you are a reliable person. Moreover, I want to gain a foothold in the army with my own skills. Good for you. However, if you want to help, do you know the rules of etiquette for social occasions? Well, in short, always strike first with a decisive attack. That's what my brother taught me. Oh, you two are truly brother and sister. Well then, there's room available upstairs. It used to be my husband's room. You can live there for the time being. It's already quite late today. Go get some rest. The location Malmaison Salon has been unlocked. The faction Malmaisons has been unlocked. Die Factions, wir haben schon gehört von ihr, es gibt verschiedene Fraktionen, wo wir einen Ruf mit aufbauen können. Mal gucken, welche Auswirkungen das hat. On the second floor of the Malmaison Café, listening to the sound of the carriages that occasionally pass by the window, I recall my life in École Militaire. According to Josephine's introduction, Paris has changed a lot compared to the days when I was in the École Militaire. The Feuillants, led by Commander-in-Chief of the Army, Marquis de Lafayette, and the implementing constitutional monarchy, are now the main authorities. And the king's declaration of supporting the revolution had won over many supporters of the royal family among the common folks and nobles outside Paris. Because their political views match the voices of the people, the prestige of the Jacobins is rising. My brother is among them too. The situation continues to change, and all factions are trying to win the support of the Parisian citizens. I couldn't help but think of the classmates that I had in École Militaire: Eugene, Cosette, Charlotte. I wonder how they're doing now. I met them, said farewell, and went to the battlefield. I witnessed these soldiers die under our banner. I tasted victory and pain. I thought about giving up my identity of being a soldier. But eventually I stayed, not only because of the persuasion of my brother and others, but also because of my own pursuit. When I'm on the battlefield, I have a special ability to inspire soldiers with courage and motivation. To inspire soldiers with courage and motivate them to move forward. As if I can naturally win their trust. although I still don't know where this ability comes from. And because of this, I can't take the responsibility of a commander as decisively as my brother. There are still a few days before the banquet held by royal family. Until then, what should I do with my free time in Paris? Okay, das haben anscheinend verschiedene Möglichkeiten. Die geilste Möglichkeit ist immer erstmal saven. Wenn man mich fragt. Okay, practice swordsmanship and train, observe the people's livelihood in the streets, play with the wild cats and relax. Das würde ich gerne machen, aber ich möchte erstmal meinen Swordsmanship trainieren, das ist wichtiger. Ich hoffe, ich kann mehrere Sachen davon wählen, sonst habe ich Pech gehabt. By practicing the swordsmanship taught by Dion every day, I have new understandings of the timing of attacks. Pauline has acquired a new skill. Okay. Attack. Attack +1, which increases the damage done by your attacks. Simple enough, okay. Nein, ich hatte nur eine Wahl und ich habe nicht mit den Katzen gespielt. Ist okay. Es ist wichtiger zu trainieren. Wir sind ein Soldat. A few days later. In the Malmaison Saloon, you can take the side quests and view information such as the gallery and career achievements. The current influence of the Malmaisons is not high enough to provide side quests to you. Try to attract the attention of other factions first. Talk to Josephine to find out what to do now. Oh, jetzt kommen die ganzen extra Sachen, ne? Die zwischen den Schlachten ablaufen. Bin mal gespannt. Machen wir erst, was das Spiel uns sagt, bevor ich wieder 1000 andere Sachen angucke. Pauline, why are you still wearing this military uniform? The banquet is about to begin.
可是
As a soldier, I think it's more appropriate that I wear my uniform to the banquet.
这可不行。
Nonsense. Certain occasions require certain outfits. This is one of the basic skills of social etiquette. Now go to the bedroom and put on the dress I have prepared for you. But I insist. I said no, and now. Otherwise you're going to sleep on the street tonight. Okay. A few moments later. Da muss ich sofort an SpongeBob denken, mein Gott. But now.
哎呦，
Tutu, isn't it perfect for you? Now that you're ready, get going. The banquet is held in the Palais de Tuileries. You are one of the honored guests, so don't be late. The location, Palais de Tuileries, has been unlocked. Select the map icon in the lower right corner and select the location, Palais de Tuileries. Völlig falsch ausgesprochen, aber bitte. Besser wird das nicht. I had to wear this dress for the banquet, although I didn't want to. The address on the invitation is the Palais de Tuileries. Select the map icon. Ja gut, das krieg ich schon hin, danke. Jetzt gucken wir doch kurz, bevor wir weggehen. What are you waiting for? If you don't leave now, you can't get to the banquet on time. I know. Anyway, I'm going to the Palais. Ja, gut. Es tut mir leid. Reputations. Okay. The Malmaisons, a new faction that hold the saloon events at the Malmaison Café. Pauline was invited by Josephine de Beauharnais to join them as the starting point for her activities in Paris. Next report, you can get entrustment from various factions in Paris when you are free. Okay, dann haben wir 50 Reputation, die anderen kennen wir noch nicht. Alles klar. Gut, Achievements interessieren mich jetzt nicht so sehr. Okay, hier kriegen wir anscheinend Bildchen, wahrscheinlich von allen Charakteren irgendwann, oder? Okay, komm. Having originally lived with my family on Corsica, I followed my brother Napoleon to Paris to participate in the École Militaire entrance selection. My sister is a born soldier. I know not where he found the confidence, but in the end, I indeed passed the examination and was admitted to the École Militaire. After 2 years of study, the war intensified and I was sent to the front line. From enrollment to participation in the war, we were all advertised to our Paris as the royal family's rising stars, though the truth was entirely different. With confusion in my heart, I stepped onto the battlefield once again in Toulon. It was there that I would search for my own answers. Oh, schön. Das Bilder angucken. Und zoomen. Gut. Pauline's gone. I had to wear the outfit prepared by Josephine in order to attend the banquet at the Palais de Tuileries. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wie man das ausspricht. Wahrscheinlich werde ich es auf verschiedene Weisen aussprechen in der ganzen Zeit. Besonders toll, ne? She claims to have worn this gown before, but I don't think it feels like a grown woman's clothing. What's more, Josephine is a whole head taller than me, but this gown fits me perfectly. Could it be? It is hard to imagine what a young Josephine would have been like, and her comment of "your brother is quite fond of this outfit too" can't possibly be true. Dann nehmen wir auch alles mit. Oh, hier war noch mehr. Oh. Leclerc? A young officer serving under my brother. One can feel his enthusiasm and kindness as soon as they meet him. That he can gain Napoleon's trust is proof that he is a talented officer. Unfortunately, he was seriously injured in Toulon while saving me from the enemy's artillery, causing him to retreat from the front line. I hope that he can recover soon. If I have the chance to meet him, I must thank him. Haben wir noch mehr? Nee, ne? Doch. Comte de Mirabeau. A strange person I met on the way to Toulon and claimed to be a political living in Paris. Though my time in Paris was not long, and I don't know many people outside the army, his powerful pronunciation is indeed like the politicians who spoke on the streets. But his tone is far too serious when he tells stories, making them sound a bit comical. Perhaps it's because he was in the army. He is particularly enthusiastic about my work on the battlefield and has always persuaded me to continue serving the army. On several occasions I have had the illusion that he is actually an old friend of mine. Maybe this is his strength as a politician. Maybe. Ups. Noch einmal zoomen natürlich. Auch seine Rundung möchten wir wahrnehmen, ne? Wenn schon, denn schon. And Josephine, a woman that Napoleon met in Paris. To this day, he has not given up on pursuing her, but it is clear that Napoleon does not have as much talent when it comes to dealing with women as he does with military affairs. I can imagine the scene when he invited Josephine on a date and talked about his ambitions and his insights into artillery tactics. But I'm no better at dealing with Josephine than he is. When I first returned to Paris, Josephine had me running all around Malmaison for her. Malmaison for her, even though I was the second in command of this small faction. In my case, my food, clothing and accommodations in Paris were all taken care of by Josephine. Das war's. Ich kann keine Seiten mehr runtergehen, das heißt von alle, die wir momentan haben. Gut. Ja, natürlich Sachen nehme ich jetzt auch mit, ne? Es geht mir, denke ich mal, klar. Wenn, dann möchte ich alles mitnehmen, was ich irgendwie so leicht erreichen kann. Aber wir haben noch ein bisschen Zeit, vielleicht können wir noch ein bisschen weitermachen. City Map. The Tuileries Palace. Palais des Ich lasse es einfach. Where the royal family members live, usually only nobles have the privilege to enter. The guards of the palace have been lax compared to the time that the king returned to Paris. Provides ornaments and medals for purchase, okay. The coffee shop is a temporary residence for Pauline and a perfect place to gather intelligence. There is a conspicuous sign on the door. Those of power and status are welcome to the Malmaison Saloon. You can receive quest commissions here. Okay. Palais de Tuileries, Paris. Well then, allow me to say a few words. The royal family is very pleased to be able to help these outstanding generals and give them a chance to contribute to our country. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses and give a cheer for the heroes of France. Alas, the wine of the royal family is truly outstanding. Don't be drinking like you have no tomorrow. Is that Monsieur Robespierre there? Maybe I should go and say hello. Und die Namen hat man alle schon mal natürlich gehört, irgendwie, ne? Also. Whatever, those revolutionist paranoids are the ones with no future. I'd rather take this opportunity to fawn over the royal family. I heard that the Queen will be here too. And gentlemen, please be careful to keep up your etiquette and do not offend other guests. Oh, of course, of course. Very good then. I wish you a pleasant evening. The brown nose of the nobles. When I'm in power someday. The nobles and the rich are all attending the banquet of the royal family. However, the atmosphere in Paris doesn't seem very harmonious. Too bad. I'd rather have worn my uniform, but Josephine said the banquet is a social battlefield. The dress she's prepared for me fits perfectly. How did she do that? Is this the Maid of Toulon? You look like an ordinary girl. And you are? You may have heard my name, Robespierre. I'm a member of the Club of Jacobins, like your brother. Robespierre, according to Josephine, is a core member of the Jacobins, which has been very popular among the people recently. Recently, the Assembly appointed Napoleon to the Arme d'Italie as the commander-in-chief, and our faction helped a lot with this appointment. But I didn't expect the royal family would send young ladies of your age to the battlefield.
Oh?
Pauline, why is the protagonist of the banquet hiding in the corner? Marie Antoinette, Your Majesty. Monsieur Robespierre is here too? What are you two discussing? Ah, about that. We were discussing whether it's appropriate to send such a young lady to the battlefield. Nowadays, as the country is in distress, even such a young lady has the right to stand up and fight. Is that so? It depends on whether she's really defending the country, or just forced to help the royal family to win over the people. After all, this so-called maid is quite suspicious. People are more familiar with the name witch, am I right? Monsieur Robespierre, you're as sharp as ever, but their valorous performance on the battlefield is an indisputable fact. As for whether she's forced by the royal family, why wouldn't we ask Pauline's own opinion? How's your relationship with the royal family? I have nothing to do with the royal family. Thank the royal family for the help. Talk about the Malmaison. Vom Thema ablenken wäre jetzt auch sehr unhöflich, oder? Mir wurde eine Frage gestellt. Ich weiß es nicht. Das ist eine schwierige Entscheidung. Bestimmt ist das wichtig, oder? Komm, wir sind mal loyal. Thank the royal family for the help. I was able to enter École Militaire because of the Queen's policy. If it was not for the help from the royal family, I wouldn't have the chance to achieve meritorious deeds on the battlefield. Reputation with the royalist has increased by 50. Well, I hope that Mademoiselle Bonaparte could keep in mind that the people of France are also paying attention to your every move. That being the case, if you don't mind, I have something to talk to Mademoiselle Bonaparte about in private. Well, it's almost time for me to leave. Please do enjoy the banquet, Mademoiselle Bonaparte. It's been a long time since we last met, Pauline. I heard that you left the vacation after being awarded the medal. I heard that you left for vacation after being awarded the medal, and I was worried that you wouldn't return to the army. Her Majesty the Queen Marie Antoinette from Austria, Josephine, said that it was her suggestion for the king and the Feuillants to join hands and save the royal family. It was also her suggestion to select women with special talents to join the army. Is she the woman I comped the Mirabeau story? After all, the war is still going on. Don't you wish to stop the war with your motherland? The king, however, did declare that he supports the war against Austria. The banquet today is held to honor the heroes on the battlefield. Pauline, what do you think it is that can make a hero out of someone? I think being a hero is to achieve something that ordinary people can't do. And I think only those who can make choices in critical circumstances are willing to bear the consequences can be heroes. Pauline, haven't you ever hesitated to make choices because it was difficult to foresee the consequences? Just like when we first met in École Militaire, the Queen seems to be able to see through other people's minds. Your Majesty, do you mean that I should put the interest of the country before my own, just like you did? No, I think I'm just someone who can't be a hero. Not all that Monsieur Mirabeau had told you is true. The banquet is almost over, and our appointment has just been announced. You have to travel all the way to Italy after this. Understood. I will join the Arme d'Italie, where my brother is. Speaking of the enemy on the Italian battlefront, that's an army from your homeland, the Austrian army. As I said at the École Militaire, both the king and I had hoped that you girls would become the true saviors of the country, the maids of France, and change its future.
有什么需要，就和士官说吧。
If you need any help, just come to me. The royalists will back you up at any time. It's late. I should go back to rest. I didn't mention that I know Comte Mirabeau, did I? How did the Queen... Forget it, it's very late now, and if I stay outside any longer, Josephine will be mad at me. So, jetzt speichern wäre cool. Relieved at last. The situation is getting more and more tense in Paris. It was Her Majesty the Queen who sent us to École Militaire. I assume it was also the royal family to spread the rumors of the Maid in Paris. Did they want to gain support of the people through female officers trained by the royal family? Anyway, I should get prepared for my new appointment. There are still a lot of things to prepare before I leave for Italy. Please wait a minute, Mademoiselle Bonaparte. And you are? Okay, wir wissen ja nie vorher, er spricht. Louis Charles Antoine de Sac. I wasn't able to find you at the banquet, and I was planning to invite you for a dance back there. Love interest, wahrscheinlich. So he's General de Sac. It looked like he's around the same age as my brother. It's said that he was a noble but joined the army as a revolutionist, and his prestige among the people is very high. I'm not used to being on social occasions. You are quite similar to Napoleon. Alright. There's something that Her Majesty the Queen forgot to give you when you left. I'm here to hand it over to you. Is this a banner? It's a replica of the banner held by the heroine who saved the country hundreds of years ago. Wahrscheinlich Jeanne d'Arc, oder? The royal family hopes that you can inspire soldiers on the front line with it. This pattern is... It's the banner of the Maid of Orléans, Jeanne d'Arc. Yeah. The girl who saved France several hundred years ago. It's said that she could even hear the voice of God. Why are they giving me her banner? What's the matter? Are you unwilling to accept it because it's from the royal family?
可是...
No, it's because I still have doubts about whether I'm qualified to command soldiers on the battlefield.
Huh?
Is it so? As far as I know, a talented officer such as yourself is quite desired in the army. General de Sac, didn't you have any doubt when you first stepped on foot on the battlefield? I heard that because you were a nobleman, you weren't trusted by the superiors at first. Yeah, I did have some doubts. Some of my problems still remain unanswered for now. However, the problems encountered on the battlefield can only be solved on the battlefield. This is what I think. Anyway, I have already handed over the banner to you. Say hello to Napoleon for me next time you meet. I certainly will, and thank you very much for your answer. In addition, if we have the opportunity to meet again at some banquet, I hope you will give me the honor to dance with you. What? I think I need to go now. Go home first. Will everything we do really lead this country for a better future? Darf ich jetzt speichern? Die Folge wird sonst sehr lang. Unlocked by Saloon Quest. Received an invitation from the royal family. New quest is available at the Malmaison Salon. The faction royalist has been unlocked. The location Kaserne has been unlocked. Select the map in the lower right corner and select the location Kaserne to continue the main story. Alles klar, das heißt, wir dürfen jetzt speichern. Ich danke euch fürs Zusehen. Ja, ihr müsst leider echt verzeihen, was die Aussprache manchmal angeht. Aber hey, immer lese ich alles vor, ja? Das ist auch ein kleiner Service. Ja, ich danke fürs Zusehen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye, bye.